Good everybody, Joey J. Ping here checking in live, respectmyregion.com, back with another episode of the RMR Breakdown here on the RMR Podcast Network. I appreciate you guys joining today. It's a wonderful episode that we've got planned for you guys. We've got Monday Night Football and the NFL results. Broncos Bengals we're talking about. It's been a weekend, man. It's been an absolute weekend. The Jets played Miami. We've got some great topics. Today, so I hope you guys are excited. We're going to talk about the Chiefs over the Ravens, Steelers in Ireland, Raiders versus the Bears, Patriots and Drake Maye. Got a couple NFL injury updates. We've got the MLB baseball playoff bracket and wildcard updates. It's going to be a good one. All right, y'all. This episode is brought to you guys by drinkblackmarket.com. Really appreciate them for rocking with us. We've also got drinktriple.com and Green Elevator. These hemp THC beverages are absolutely phenomenal. Drinkblackmarket.com. Small batch craft beverages made for hype moments. Tap in and use our code. Send me a DM and I'll shoot you the code. Before we get into it, what an absolute week it was this last week. NFL Week 4 of the season is officially complete following the completion of last night's Monday Night Football. We had Broncos and Bengals. We had Jets and who did the Jets play yesterday? I don't know why. Oh, Jets in Miami. I don't know why I'm forgetting that. What a game ultimately it was yesterday, guys. What a series of games. Dolphins 27, Jets 21. Miami snapped their 0-3 start, but but Miami did lose Tyreek Hill to a devastating knee injury. Dislocated left knee, tore ACL and multiple ligaments, season-ending. He'll undergo surgery later this week. Before he got hurt, though, before the injury, Tyreek Hill 6 catches, 67 yards. Tua Tagovailoa 17 for 25, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 turnovers. Darren Waller returned to action and caught 2 touchdown passes. Shout out Darren Waller, man. Just back in the game, we did an interview with him earlier this year. Just a lot of respect for the former Raider, then Giant, now Miami, and former Raven as well. The Jets had a couple of miscues, though, folks. Justin Fields ran for 81 yards, but the team committed 3 turnovers and had 13 penalties. These costly flags and these big mistakes erased all of their larger gains, and that was a major point within the game. Was the Jets just could not stop with the miscues. They just could not stop turning the ball over, and ultimately that was the deciding factor of the game. It's frustrating too because I like Justin Fields. Like I'm not gonna lie, I do like Justin Fields. I like his athleticism. I think he's a solid quarterback. I think there's obviously room to grow in terms of his quarterbacking skills and his ability to read the field and his ability to distribute the football. But I do believe that ultimately he does great work. I'm minorly surprised that the Dolphins got the win, especially considering Tyreek Hill's injury. But at the same time, it makes sense because Darren Waller brought back into the action 2 touchdowns. He was a Pro Bowler. He's a sizable body. I want to say he's like 6'3", maybe 6'5", 200 plus pounds. He's fast. He's athletic. And so I'm really not surprised that the Dolphins got the win with him on the team. Even with Tyreek Hill going down. Man, shout out the injuries this week. We got another one we'll talk about here in a little bit. And the second Monday Night Football game, folks, we had the Broncos play the Bengals. The Bengals got their ass kicked. Broncos outgained the Cincinnati Bengals 512 yards to 115, a 353-yard gap. Bo Nix of the Broncos, 29 of 42 for 326 yards, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. He threw multiple bombs and was able to connect on them. J.K. Dobbins had 101 rushing yards on 16 carries. That's Denver's first 100-yard rusher in over 2 seasons, 38 games. R.J. Harvey had 58 rushing yards plus some receiving production, which gave balance to the offense. Now on defense, Patrick Surtain II held Jamar Chase to 1 catch for 8 yards across 10 man coverage snaps. Wow. Man coverage snaps, your best wide receiver doesn't get open. 1 catch for 8 yards. Patrick Surtain II held it down, suffocating the Cincinnati Bengals' Jamar Chase. Some of the other Bengals issues that arose. Backup quarterback Jake Browning was ineffective. The offense failed to sustain drives. 11 penalties for 65 yards included an illegal formation that wiped out a 37-yard gain. One of the major talking points of the game was Denver looked alive in the AFC West. They had a balanced offense, elite cornerback play, and Cincinnati without Joe Burrow looked absolutely lost. Monday Night Football, folks. RMR Podcast Network here. Joey J. Ping checking in, man. Respect my region. You guys know the deal. Now, as we get to the second segment here, we have this last weekend's NFL storylines. We had a lot of really good stories here in the NFL this week. It's been an interesting week. We had a number of I would say we had a gruesome injury with Tyreek Hill. We had a gruesome injury with Malik Neighbors. The Raiders lost their game, and just a bunch of stuff to talk about. Before we do that, though, folks, I got to take one moment to shout out our sponsor, drinktriple.com. Their hemp THC beverages are low dose. They are delicious. They taste phenomenal. And they definitely are effective at getting you high. So highly recommend it. This week's NFL updates are a good one, and drinktriple.com will definitely add some balance to your guys' experience. When the games go late and the energy dips, Triple drink keeps you locked in. Fuel up and push through overtime with Drink Triple and drinktriple.com. Folks, segment 2 here, weekend NFL story headlines. Chiefs versus Ravens. Chiefs smacked up on the Ravens 37-20. Mahomes went 25 for 37 with 270 yards and 4 touchdowns. The Chiefs went 4 for 4 on fourth down conversions. Rookie wide receiver Xavier Worthy had 121 yards, which would be considered a breakout game for sure. And Ravens' Lamar Jackson left early with a hamstring injury. Ravens' offense identity is definitely in jeopardy now that Jackson is gone. It seems that, to begin the season, they had a rough start. We've got fumbles and turnovers and now an injury. The Ravens are one of the best teams in the NFL the last few years. This year, it seems like they're struggling, but let's not take the respect they've earned away. Right now, Chiefs have reasserted their dominance, and the Ravens do face uncertainty in their future in this season going forward. But I'm confident that both teams here, this early in the season, will figure it out here over the next 4 to 6 games. Coming up second here, we had the Steelers versus the Vikings hosted in Dublin, Ireland. That's right, folks. We had Dublin, Ireland's first official NFL football game with the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers edging out the Vikings 24-21. I saw Aaron Rodgers do a little play action pass and fucking bomb an 80-yard slant route to DK Metcalf. Zinged it right there. Absolutely incredible play. It was impressive. Kenneth Gainwell, 99 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Carson Wentz, 350 yards for Minnesota, 2 touchdowns, but 2 costly exceptions. The Steelers defense had 6 sacks. Aaron Rodgers connected with that the DK Metcalf 80-yard touchdown I just mentioned. And the reality is that NFL's globalization is real, folks. The game was both symbolic, competitive. I was listening to all the journalists and the podcast hosts and the radios, and everyone was just talking about how exciting Ireland was. Dublin had energy. The NFL, the United States, we've had the NFL for years, and there's new generations of fans all the time. But as the NFL expands, we have Ireland now added to the map, in addition to the UK, in addition to Mexico, in addition to Brazil. What an exciting time it is to be an NFL fan from another country. The globalization is real. On that note, the NFL also announced that Bad Bunny is performing for the halftime show this year at the Super Bowl. The internet, the world is all in commotion. You have music lovers and people that love diversity and love culture, all appreciating the pick of Bad Bunny. It's no doubt that Bad Bunny is arguably, besides Taylor Swift, the biggest artist in the world. And I won't say besides Taylor Swift, because Bad Bunny's music performances in terms of sales, streams, all of the different things that go into being a successful music artist, I'm like 90% sure that he's outperforming Taylor Swift, if I'm being 100% honest. And so this decision for me, I support it. I love it. I listen to Bad Bunny every day. I named my dog after Bad Bunny, Benito. And overall, I'm just really excited. I think it's phenomenal that the NFL is choosing to expand its demographic. I think it's phenomenal that they choose to embrace diversity. A lot of the players are black and brown. We have a variety of athletes over the years that come from other ethnicities. And it's really important that we encourage this diversity because sports transcends just white culture. And so, big shout out to the NFL for choosing Bad Bunny. I've been wondering who they were going to pick. Who's left for them to choose? Bands, old rock bands, old pop rock bands, surf rock bands. Come on, man. It's the Super Bowl. There's no Michael Jacksons left. It's Bad Bunny. There's no there's no, I mean, unless Taylor Swift performs, we've already got Beyonce and had her do it. Usher did it. We're not gonna have Chris Brown on there. We already had Rihanna on there. Coldplay's performed, U2's performed. I think the Who performed. I tell you what, you want to watch me not watch the Super Bowl? Book Coldplay or the Who or U2. Book the Rolling Stones. Book any of those groups and you will watch the younger generations. I'm 34 on down. We won't watch. We won't care. And that will ultimately hurt the NFL more. So as we continue it through more week 4 updates and summaries, let's keep it pushing. You guys know I'm a Raiders fan. You guys know it's Raider Nation all up in this thing, man. Every day, all day, every day, year round. The Raiders rushed for 240 yards on Sunday. 1 o'clock game. They the Bears. Both teams 1-2. The loser goes 1-3. The winner goes 2-2. The Raiders were winning almost the whole game. 240 yards, 138 on 21 carries from Ashton Janty, plus multiple receiving touchdowns. He had a 60-plus yard touchdown run. He had 2 touchdowns receiving. Geno Smith threw 3 interceptions, though, man. 3 picks this guy Geno threw. This is not the first game. This is not even the first one this year where he's thrown 3 interceptions. Geno continues to lead the NFL in interceptions thrown, a.k.a. turnovers. And it is so frustrating. Max Crosby, though, all-pro defensive end, had a tipped interception. He tipped the ball himself, caught the ball himself for an interception, and he had 3 additional tackles for loss. Crosby is giving the Raiders more chances. He's helping them get better field position, and frankly, they're giving the ball away. The Bears won after scoring with less than 2 minutes left. They scored a touchdown with less than 2 minutes left. The Raiders drive down. They get into field position. They go to kick the field goal. And the Bears blocked the 54-yard field goal, folks. 33 seconds left. They blocked the field goal. The Raiders looked strong running the ball, but they were terrible with the passes again. More turnovers. And their defense ultimately gave up the game-scoring touchdown, looking like a fucking blanket, keeping somebody warm. Man, just cuddly. It was so frustrating to walk it. Raiders lose to the Bears 25-24. Raiders are now 1-3. We keep it pushing. Patriots and Panthers, another game that had some good attention to it. Rookie quarterback Drake Maye for the Patriots had 1 rushing touchdown and a Superman celebration that even Shaquille O'Neal would be proud of. Marcus Jones had an 87-yard punt return touchdown. Patriots running backs added multiple short yardage scores. I mean, ultimately 42-13. Come on. But the angle here, Patriots showing signs of their new identity. Will they be back to the Patriots of old, or is this a new team under Coach Mike Vrabel? Defense, special teams, and a dual-threat rookie quarterback. Big things on the horizon. NFL Week 4 is in the books, though, folks. Big shout-out to our sponsor, drinktriple.com. Make sure you guys check them out. Visit them on their website. Make sure you mention Respect My Region. NFL themes and trends from this last week. What did we notice? First, injury watch. Tyreek Hill, his season's over. It's cooked, folks. You saw his knee yesterday and the bones and all that sticking through his leg. Absolutely disgusting. I hope Tyreek Hill has a great rehab. I hope he has a quick healing time frame and he's able to come back better than ever. In the meantime, though, I hope he enjoys his time with his family and his kids. and all that good stuff. Malik Neighbors, Giants, torn ACL. He's out. He's out. Giants were hyped on that. Giants fans were hyped on that, but he's cooked for the rest of the season. My condolences to Malik Neighbors for what happened to him this weekend. Lamar Jackson, hamstring injury. Didn't look like it was that big of a thing, but for someone like Lamar Jackson to pull himself out of the game with down 17 points against the Chiefs, just looks like he made a decision smart for his future. We call that a business decision. Some of the breakout players to watch this week, folks. Darren Waller had 2 touchdowns on his return with Miami. That ultimately was why they won the game. Bo Nix, 326 yards with 2 touchdowns for the Broncos. J.K. Dobbins had 101 yards rushing. And Patrick Surtain locked down Bengals Jamar Chase. Why give him all that money if he's going to be locked down? Execution matters, folks. The Jets had 13 penalties and 3 turnovers. The Bengals had 11 penalties for 159 total yards. And the Raiders, their turnovers erased the elite rushing performance from Ashton Jeanty and the Raiders' second running back. It's tough out here, man. If you can't execute, you're not going to win very many games in the NFL. In terms of divisions, the AFC East, Dolphins are now 1-3, but they lost the hill. The Bills are still controlling the AFC East early. And the AFC West, we've got the Chiefs at the top, but the Broncos are rising. The Raiders are volatile. We don't know what they're going to do, but we know they're going to try to compete, but seemingly they're still going to throw some interceptions. And the wild card right now, which obviously we're only 4 games through the season, Denver, potential sleeper. The Bengals are fading without Burrow. And with that said, big shout out to our sponsor for this segment, Green Elevator, elevating your game day vibes, whether you're tailgating at the bar or watching from the couch, greenelevator.com. Check them out, support them. It's a delicious beverage. Now, in the 4th segment here, I want to make sure we shout out all of our sponsors here on the RMR Podcast Network, every single one. Trees, GrowWise, Sparks Can, Tact Firm, Drink Black Market, Green Elevator, and DrinkTriple.com. These sponsors help us do all of this amazing content, and they're going to help power this 4th segment here. Major League Baseball starts, I want to say tomorrow or the next day, folks. We've got October is playoff baseball. In the brackets, we've got the American League, the Guardians versus the Tigers, the Yankees versus the Red Sox. In the National League, we've got Dodgers versus the Reds and Cubs versus the Padres. This is just the initial bracket here. We've got some incredible work going on from the Mariners. They're in the hunt. They're clinched as well. The Guardians actually erased a 15.5 game deficit midseason. The Reds clinched via a tiebreaker despite the final loss. The Dodgers have had 13 straight postseason experiences, and the Mariners' Cal Raleigh have had one of the best seasons they've had since 2001. Edgar Martinez, Dan Wilson, both of them played on the Mariners back the last time they were in the playoffs. So far, Cal Raleigh has hit more than 60 home runs. The Mariners have clinched the AL West. It's absolutely incredible. 7th player in MLB history to hit 60 home runs in a season. Raleigh's the first catcher to hit 60 home runs in a season. It's the first AL West title for the Mariners since 2001. Raleigh now leads in home runs, RBIs, and has an on-base percentage of 948. His OPS is 948. That's incredible. He's also in the MLB MVP conversation, and there's some big moves coming on. So stay tuned for next season. But as we get through this episode of The Breakdown, I just want to say thank you guys so much for supporting it. This is RMR Game Day and Respect My Region's breakdown podcast, where I break down sports from this last week. NFL Week 4, Major League Baseball playoffs. We've got more UFC, more boxing, more fighting to come. But this week is all about Major League Baseball and NFL Week 4. Monday Night Football is in the books. Week 4 is in the books. Major League Baseball and playoffs is about to take hold. Stay tuned for big moves this next week. And big thanks to our sponsors for powering today's breakdown. Drop your takes in the comments. Who's trending up? Who's trending down? Who will win this next week? Which Major League Baseball team will make the biggest run? Either way, I'll see you later this week for a Week 5